much. Let me walk y'all through this. I'm gonna do this. Yeah.
It's the fall of commercial rap. Contenders heard I'm back. Doors are wide open, time for some murder tracks. Brooklyn, North Philly, all hoodlums walk with me. This is documentary rap, not Walt Disney. New York City, it's the illest team you ever seen since J&B's. We are the Nazarenes, from the path of kings. We're like spacecrafts and fitted hats and baggy jeans. Douse the booth up with gasoline, grab the steam. The bar
special guest. We started off and being Steezy, the hip hop herbalist, is in the building. Make some noise.
What's up? What's up?
Divine Truth is back in the house. And we don't have a big house full, but we got some special guests that's out just chilling. We got an audience that's in there. Y'all can't see them. They get on film, but what's up, my man?
What's going on, bro?
Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me here. First and foremost, it's like you are a legend in my eyes.
Thank you so much, brother.
And you so much. You doing this podcast. It's a new avenue for you, kind of. I mean, relative to this incredible career you've had. It's really cool to be able to. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. And I'm gonna tell you, it is something new to me, and I'm willing to take the challenge. It's been fun, you know what I mean, as we go on. AD's been crazy with hooking all of this stuff up, and then all I gotta say and do is talk and build with people, build with the audience, man. Shout out to the chat room, man. I'm not gonna forget y'all. Shout out to the chat room. Yeah. It's out there. So Ben. What's good, man, brother? Let's see the hip hop herbalist. Why that name?
Man, well, I started really taking a healing journey when I was younger, about 19 years old, into my early 20s. I had been struggling with some addiction because I got hooked on pharmaceuticals real early, had some leg surgeries, and went down a pretty tough path with that. While I was, just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life too. I was just growing up. Right. So, long story short, a lot of the times that I was laid up because of these surgeries in my legs, that's when I really dived into music. That's when I, started to discover Arizona. It's a melting pot, which is the great thing. So I was listening to stuff from, all over the place. And when I really started to dive in deep to what I wanted to do, I mean, music was something that spoke to me, and healing myself through herbs and kind of seeking a way to seek the divinity within earth and like everything that's around us, and like music's very tribal, right? And it's something that we create almost naturally, and we dance naturally, and these are all human traits. And herbs help to get you into that space. There's herbs that influence creativity. There's herbs that can help you with addiction, which is what I first used them for. There's herbs that can help you to just strengthen your overall being and your essence. So I've devoted a lot of my life to learning about those herbs for myself, and through my music and through my other business ventures and just my entrepreneurial pursuits, I'm helping to spread that to the world, and I want to educate people. So that's why I'm so blessed to have opportunities like this, because I know your audience would appreciate the information. They're probably looking forward to hearing about some of the different herbs that they can take in their day-to-day life and how to access them, and that's what I want to share a little bit, and that's what I share through my music too. So
oh man, That's dope, man. So you do music too?
Yeah. I've been
hip-hop herbalist.
I've been an MC my whole life pretty much. Like
Nice.
I was playing, when I grew up, I was in Little League, and I got taken out of sports after I had the leg surgeries and stuff. So like I said, I had this energy that was pent up inside. I needed an outlet, and music really was something that spoke to me. So
Beautiful.
But you one of the influences. So.
Oh man, thank you, brother. Man.
Yeah, so it's thank you for having me here, man. I can't say that enough. So shut me up. Tell me if I am saying it too much.
Nah. You good, man. You good, man. The chat room, you shout a child, man. Make some noise, man. Yeah, that's beautiful, brother.
Yeah.
So, man, so it started with your legs, and take us through that, if you would.
Yeah, so I was born with severe club feet. My mom's a disabled veteran, so she served as a nurse in the Army. Was in a real bad car accident, actually went through the windshield of a vehicle and was pronounced dead on arrival, and like all this is way before I was born.
Wow.
But she had to learn how to walk and talk again, and then doctors were saying she'd never be able to walk, she'd never be able to talk, all this stuff. She goes through her own healing journey, and has a lot of surgeries and herself, and starts to progress and make her way back to being a functioning adult again, and her and my dad, they got together after she had made her recovery. She'd started to get a little bit healthier, and they hiked up the coast of California. They took trail, the Pacific Crest Trail, which goes, from Southern California. I think it goes all the way up that side of the States into Canada, but they took it from Palm Springs, where, that's where I was born, like Riverside. That's where they kind of, made their little nest. Yeah. But no, that happened. They hiked on this trail, and she never thought she could have kids. But when they hiked, they got real healthy. They were walking, minimum 9 miles a day, sometimes as much as like 26, 27, doing marathons a day and walking. So she got real healthy. Of course, they're and they're eating, food as they go and they travel, and it's a healthier way, a healthier lifestyle, right? And next thing you know, they get up to the Portland area, and I'm there, she's pregnant with me, so I was really blessed. I mean, my mom took great care of herself while she was pregnant. She was so like blown away. It was like the biggest blessing for her, right?
Man.
Like she was so happy that she had a child, right? And the doctors even warned her, said, this could kill you, like we don't know what's gonna happen if you have this baby, because you have a lot of medical conditions. And she said, well, I don't care, I'm having this baby, this is a blessing, it's a blessing from God, so
that's dope,
but I was born with severe club feet, which really only like kept me from being able to do a lot of physical activities when I was a kid. But the worst part of it was during 7th and 8th grade, my middle school years. I was in full leg cast on my left leg. So I was in a wheelchair for the first 3 months of 7th grade. I don't know if you remember being in 7th grade, but you can imagine, like, that was
been a long time.
Yeah, right.
Part of my ignorance, but like when you say club feet, like, what happened? Like, are your feet actually deformed?
Yeah, so they, and no, ignorance is bliss sometimes, right? But I appreciate the question. Club feet, it's a birth defect, basically, where my feet and the bone structure of my feet, they kind of grow inward. So almost like I'm pigeon-toed, and my toes kind of curl in. I have some extra bones in my feet that are, kind of different than the normal, human anatomy. So but yeah, so it was something I had to deal with. You wouldn't really notice too much now. I walk with a little bit of swagger stuff. A lot of people say that's cool, though. Yeah. So, it's like, but that's just how I walk because of my feet, and I had some surgery.
That's the swagger.
Yeah, the Shriners Hospital, right? The Shriners Hospital, they were the ones that did all my surgeries, and that was all pro bono. They did that. My parents didn't have money or insurance or any of that, so thankfully, my mom being a veteran lot of people, you know, she got bumped to the top of a lot of charity lists, we'll say. You know, that was one of the nice things, the benefits there. So, but I love you, Mom. Thank you. I hope you see this.
Good looking, Mom. Thank you for doing that.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for taking care of yourself and taking care of me when I was a baby. She would soak my cast off because I had to get new cast on when I was an infant. All my baby pictures, you see, I got little cast on my legs because they were trying to recorrect. You know, you have a chance to kind of correct my feet at that point when I'm an infant. So she, you know, the first time she took me there, all the kids were screaming when they got their cast removed. She's like, "Oh, we can soak these off at home, you know." I was like, "Oh, you know, so much love to Mama," you know. But you know, as I grew up, I had that surgery when I was in middle school, and prior to that, I'd been like playing sports. I was in Little League and stuff. I'd been playing a little bit of sports. You know, I did okay. But I would be in severe pain if this certain spot on my ankle got touched. So if anybody touched that, like if I hit it on accident or if anybody touched it, it would send me to the floor and just like agonizing pain, right? And the surgery that I got in 7th grade corrected that. So I don't have that no more, which is great. That's a blessing. But, you know, kind of took me out in the middle school years. That's when I got into 3 things really, really major, and that was, you know, cannabis. I started smoking a lot of weed. I started listening.
Some noise for this cat,
Started listening to a lot of hip hop, you know, a lot of music in general, but rap and, you know, hip hop and just this whole culture has really been what has been the most influential to me, you know, and then. The third thing, of course, is girls. You know, that's when I really started. I was like, damn, okay, now, and I learned that, you know, the girls would kind of like give me the sympathy for the cast, you know. So I'd be like, all right, you know, could be hanging out with the cuties just because I got the cast on, have them sign it, you know, and get a little bit of extra love. But, and then, you know, then with that. Unfortunately, I lived in a small town, so I was getting harassed by the cops all the time, and I say that I was also being a bad little kid, you know what I mean? I was doing some shit that was like not okay with the small town I was in, I guess, you know, because me and my boys, we were just kind of, you know, living the way we wanted to. We smoked and we drank and we did our thing, and like, you know, we were driving down the street listening to loud music and stuff. So cops would pull us over. They all knew who we were, and I ended up on probation, and yeah, man, it was just yeah. So you know, it was a wild little journey. I was on house arrest and probation from 15 to 21. No, hold up. Wait, so yeah, 21. Yeah. 15 to 21, right? Check this out.
Right,
and
right,
then
music. Right. On this show we clown sometimes.
No, you good.
Yeah.
But I got locked up when I was 22, basically 22 to 25, 3 years, and that's fucked up. That was fucked up. No, it's cool, man. I mean, it was, you know, it was just part of the fucking journey, right? Like, I'm allowed to swear out here, right?
Yeah. You smoke weed. You can,
that's legal here too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Where did you grow up at again? I want you to continue.
So northern Arizona in a town called Sedona. It's like the spiritual mecca. You heard of Sedona? You been out there? I'll have to take you to some secret spots out there. That's my spot.
You lived there.
I grew up there. My dad.
Just for that.
Yeah. So my mom and my dad moved me out there when it was October 31st. It was Halloween. We're coming up on the anniversary there. We moved out from Palm Springs, our spot in Cali. My dad got fired he was a maintenance manager at a hotel.
Right.
And they got laid off because the hotel got bought out. So I was 4 years old, and they moved us out. Me and my mom, it was just the 3 of us. We went out to Sedona, Arizona. Never heard of the spot. My parents never really been there. Like, they made it like pass through at one point, but it was.
Let me say something.
Yeah,
if you've never
please.
been to Sedona, please get out there, man. I thought I was in Egypt when I went out there. I was like, wow, this is crazy, man. Or on Mars or something.
Yeah, it's unreal. Shout out DJ Swerve out there in Arizona doing the hip hop thing out there. You know,
Vendetta
DJ Swerve
Kings.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vendetta
Swerve
Kings.
360 out there in Arizona right now.
Yeah, AZ's hip hop scene is ill.
Yeah, it's
you know,
coming up.
I mean, not so much Sedona; it's a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
but you gotta like Be the Ruler and Sincerely Collins, Futuristic. I mean,
Right.
I don't know if you.
Yeah,
heard any
no,
of
I
those
know.
cats.
Yeah. Well, take us back to the story you was
Yeah,
on, man.
so-
About being locked
So
up. AD was playing
I
the
grew
music
up in
on-
Sedona, which is a small town.
Yeah.
The police department there, they knew me on a first name basis. I was always getting arrested for all kinds of dumb shit.
Right.
So I go to Arizona State Prison instead of ASU. I went to ASP, ADT, ADC, Arizona Department of Corrections. Damn, you can tell I didn't get my diploma.
Yeah, they so hard out there. It's so crazy out there with
I was down in Tucson area, like right out. There's this little town called Marana, and I was really fortunate because I was already resonating with Eastern philosophy. I was reading like the Tao Te Ching, and I'd read like Siddhartha and the Bhagavad Gita and these other books, right? That I was able to get to know a little bit more when I was locked up because I came across copies of them. And as I was studying more of the Eastern philosophy and diving into that and getting healthier, I was meditating and working out every day and getting to know who I was a lot better. I didn't have much time out to do much else, so it was a good thing. I spent it productively, I like to think. And one of the interesting things towards the end of my 3-year little stint there, I had a friend who I worked out with every day. He was part of my little workout crew, right? And we'd always be out on the yard at 6 a.m. doing these little routines where we do like burpees and then go do a bunch of pull-ups and throw the medicine ball around,
Right.
just like kind of get it in early in the morning, start the day off right. And I would talk to this cat a little bit afterwards, and he was always going to the Bible studies and going like checking out what they were offering on the church side of like activities there in the prison, what some of the inmates were doing that were following like some type of Christian faith. And he started sharing scripture with me, and I'd share passages out of the Tao Te Ching with him.
Right.
And
Pardon me, I'm just grabbing some of this.
no, we should make some of that tea, man.
Yeah. We're gonna get into that, but the water's hot, so
That's you good.
You can continue.
So we
the hot water.
we would share, passage. I'd share passages with the Tao Te Ching with him, and he'd share some scripture, from the New Testament with me, and we would, it was the first time I really listened to and read Bible verses like that, and
Right.
I saw a lot of the parallels in some of the principles and the teachings between what like Lao Tzu would be saying, or even like some of the Buddhist philosophies or Hindu philosophies would be saying.
Right.
There's these, there's these parallels. So that kind of opened me up to just a lot of the universal truths, I think. I started to see in the oneness of everything, and that really happened when I was in prison. I was like, I had some of the deepest spiritual epiphanies while I was in there. Some friends had passed away. My grandma passed away while I was in there, which was really tough, not being able to be there for people that I was close to, and family members that were still there after they had passed. It was, that was probably the most difficult experience personally that I went through. But I made the most of the prison experience. I ran a store and a poker table, and I worked out every day, and I got my entrepreneur on, and I learned
in Arizona, is that where they have like them outdoor camps, or is that New Mexico?
So you're thinking of Arpaio's little detainment centers in Phoenix, it's called Tent City. And they basically throw up like a bunch of it gets hot in Phoenix. I don't know if you can check the temp out there, but it's like 116 to 125 something like in the summer months. So at least this year, and the Tent City joints outside, they don't really have a whole lot of good conditions to be living in like that. So
that's what I was saying. You was talking about lifting weights and working out. I was thinking I ain't think they went on in the Tent City.
Yeah, well, that's why we do it first thing in the morning, for real. But
before it get hot.
when I got out, of prison, that was really when it all, the fun started, because I was on parole for a year, so I had to be really good and stay in Arizona. I couldn't leave at all. I couldn't get my passport or anything yet. And that's when my boy, yeah, what's up?
No, wait. Hey, D, I'm just thinking this, why you saying that? We got sound effects. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Continue.
We got, so my boy, shout out to Dollar Will. Will Hamburg. Everybody wants to buy a house in Sedona. You gotta hit him up. He's doing real estate out there. Yeah, but he swooped me up off of my feet when I came out. He was there for me the whole time I was locked up too. He'd send me books. He'd send me music. He'd send me things that he was able to order and get sent to the prison. Right. So I had a lot of really down homies and people that were just there for me the whole time. And that support system
from Sedona.
Yeah, well, I mean, at that point, those friends I grew up with, I mean, those people that I knew forever, they came into Sedona at some point during the time I was living there, and I have some childhood friends going on. I mean, I'm 31 and I have friends that I've had for over 2 decades, which is pretty wild. Yes. And
rare.
And
these times.
Yeah, no, it's definitely I'm grateful for it, for sure, because it is rare and I've seen that, So I do my best to keep my friends close, and I can, but they were there for me. They were there for those darkest times, and that's the darkest times really what helped me transform. Really what helped me transform. Will was already, he got sober years before I did, and I had gotten sober while I was in prison. So I knew that once I got out, focusing on my diet and dialing in my diet and dialing in the things that I couldn't control so much, you can't control as much. You can't control as much. In there, the only thing you can control is and so and if you can master that, so that's the foundation. That's the foundation. The right mindset you can accomplish. That's my belief.
It'll make you stronger. It'll make you stronger.
It made me physically stronger because I was working out every day. I never gave myself the chance. I never gave myself the chance to do that. Now I gotta continue to make that a habit. Continue to make that a habit. It was one of those things where it was one of those things where it was so good every day.
So it also has to be you have to get the proper mind state. You have to get the proper mind state. You know what I mean? To make it do it, you have to get that mind state. You have to get that mind state. You had to work out.
And that's why I read probably hundreds of books. I have a journal that I kept from when I was in there, and I wrote all the books that I read. And then I had some of them. I had like 4 or 5 tallies next to them, meaning I read them like 4 or 5 times when I was in there.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was.
Is this a newfound talent from you, or did you were you writing books before you went in, or that?
No, I wasn't writing any books. I was reading. I was writing down the books I was reading. Oh, okay. But I was writing a lot of songs while I was in prison. I was writing a lot of just like poetry, short stories, letters to my people. That was a big thing. I love getting mail in there, It was a good feeling when, like, the guard would come by and deliver mail, and I'd have, 2-3 letters with, like, pictures from all my, like, homeboys and homegirls and, like, everybody that's, like, having my like, people just really, be able to keep me up to date with what's going on out there and, like, then respond to them and tell them, like this week I came up, 15 soups on the poker table and I wrote this song, check it out. I'd transcribe my songs that I write and like send them out to like some of my friends and stuff like that,
You have any projects out there?
Yeah, actually. So I just just got out this new project this year that's my first solo project. It's like my debut like solo thing. And it's called Street Bangers and Bitter Herbs, and that's like everywhere.
Bitter Herbs.
So that's plays into the hip hop herbalist thing a little bit, but
sweet truth about the bitter. No, it's the bitter taste about the sweet truth.
bitter taste about the sweet truth.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
But Street Bangers and Bitter Herbs is something we can check out. Your audience can check out if they want to.
Yeah, let's go into one. Should we play one of your songs?
Yeah, why don't we play the songs about herbs since we're about to drink some of the guys.
Yeah, and I want you to explain this. Y'all got this is what Spring Dragon.
The Spring Dragon. Yeah. So this is actually from Ron Teagarden, who's one of my mentors, and he's a master herbalist here in LA.
That's you?
And this is Gynostemma tea, and it's infused with other tonic herbs like Schizandra berry. I believe there's a Luthro, which would be Siberian ginseng's another name for Luthro.
Damn, this is gonna be good, yo.
This is really good stuff, and it's something that I drink every day. Tonic herbs you can take every single day, and the more that you take them, the more you'll have these, the saponins and the alkaloids and the things that are actually benefiting your body, like in your system, and you'll be building that resilience to not only any internal issues you got going on, but also the external stuff too. I mean, it's all about keeping a strong immune system, So yeah, I'm excited to check that out. Man. But my boy Will, who gave me a job and kind of helped me start a record company up in Northern AZ. That's how I came across Ron. That's how I started making these connections, and these are the people who really influence the path that I've gone on, and kind of I'm a success story in the making right now, and I mean, in a lot of ways, I am a success story just because I'm not back in prison, I beat that 85% rap thing.
On that note,
this is a question I have for every herbalist. Where do you rate ginger on your where roots and
ginger? Yeah, well, I mean, it's a great root, and I eat fresh ginger, and I like to juice it. Because it's very antiviral, and very antibacterial. So if you ever feel, especially if you're feeling like a little bit of that, that tickle in the throat, like you're gonna be sick, real quick, or that's one of the few things that I keep in my toolkit. But just because it's accessible, and usually you can get good, fresh, like organic ginger, I always make sure it's organic. I don't know if it's just a marketing gimmick at this point. But,
we can run through this, but I want to taste that raw by itself.
Yeah, we should. This is a great base for any other herbs to put in, but we should taste it by itself since you never had it.
I would like to taste it by itself.
Because it has a really nice sweet taste. It's almost floral.
Okay.
Has a bunch of other great herbs in it, and Ron, his company and his herbalist and himself have really taught me about everything I know.
Oh, we gotta talk then, man, because I want to get my own tea company going.
I'll hook you guys up for sure. Yeah,
that'd be dope.
So
that'd be dope.
Yeah, man.
So we're gonna move on to your song.
We
come back and we're gonna drink some tea. And shout out to the podcast chat room. We got the Rocketeers and what's the other name of the group? Yeah, make sure y'all hit me up there. It's the Rocketeers. I remember the other one is called the. What's the name? It's two groups in the chat room. Make some noise. Huh?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Let's listen to Master My Chi because that's about all the herbs.
Dope name. Master My Chi.
Yeah. And it's one of the three treasures,
Okay, then we can get to the herb. This and then you want to do the honors of opening it? And
let's. We got a couple, right? Or are we gonna
we got a couple.
We
got a couple.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do.
So I'm gonna open this and put this in while we look at it.
Yeah.
So wait, are we going to your Spotify? Because I know you got Spotify going right here.
Whatever it is, just Master My Cheese, the song. You can find it on Spotify. It'll be there.
Nice. So yeah, a lot of y'all don't know that he's already on Spotify. You just look up Ben Steezy.
Yeah.
And it's called.
Like that.
Yeah, that's good. We can put
another one.
Yeah. I mean, that actually pretty strong. It brews 3 cups. But
we have to put it.
Let's go overboard. Yeah.
Gotta do the light stuff.
Yeah. You want to get the full.
It smell good.
Yeah. Pass the sniff test.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
She's blowing in there. I would have thrown it in there, but I already put some. It's supposed to go ahead, but I already put something in that one for later.
Yeah.
Yo.
So you produced this too?
So this album was produced by Q Williams, who Q Williams works with a lot of other Arizona artists like V the Rula, Sincerely Collins, and he has some solo projects out. He's a great producer, but he did this song.
I got a bag of this astragalus, that interleukin 4 receptor antagonist. Plus I'm munching on some cordyceps, so I'm never short of breath. Allow me to go more in depth. It's the fungus that my lungs just love, for the function of relaxing my bronchial walls. Every time I munch them, yes, you know I wants them, yes, you know I loves them, yes. I got a bunch of medicinal mushrooms I've been pushing. Turkey tail to keep me well, lion's mane for my brain. And the Garricus will carry us, plus I pop Mataki right before I get on a plane. Racing sports with the crack cell wild. Try to take my chaga away, I tell them hell. Awaken my shin, replenish my jing, master my chain. Awaken my shin, replenish my jing, master my chain.
That's my jing.
Awaken my shin, replenish my jing, master my chain. Awaken my shin, replenish my jing, master my chain. Scoop a hush your wool in my morning brew. I'm jinged up from the feet up, man, I thought you knew. Slip on my tennis shoes, I could run a marathon. Sipping on the same tonic herbs as Genghis Khan. The junk in my long stocks, the stench that I'm on. Dragon drop so sweet underneath my tongue. You say you number one, I'm on a
fire,
side foe.
Oh, you dropping jewels in there too.
I'm eating velvet antler.
Never hurt the deer though. Guess you could say that I really do love my dough.
I'm on a lot of superfoods, I think I got a problem. Baby calf can get it first, but give me
That colostrum. With pancakes made with pine pollen and Erewhon shoppers. Definition of ballin'. Erewhon's my joint, bro. When I'm in
We're gonna talk about that. Yeah. I've been telling cats about that spot, yo. Erewhon and Steezy.
Erewhon, it's all organic, biodynamic grocery store. You know, they got that. They got
Awaken my
poppin'.
shin, replenish my jing, master my chi. Awaken my shin, replenish my jing, master my chi.
Master my chi.
Fars.
That was hard, man. Make some noise for that.
All right.
Usually, when you hear a song about food and things like that, you think you're gonna sit down and just pay attention. But this one, you got a little bop to it too, man, and you making it sound fly. You know what I mean?
I appreciate
like that.
that.
Master my chi. Yo, that is hard.
Yeah.
That is hard, man. That's cool, man. That was a good joint. I
Thank
like
you,
it.
bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know, we got a lot of people that were really liking that at the Tonic bar over there in Santa Monica, the herb people. So we were supposed to do a show there. It was scheduled for Earth Day, right? You know, April 22nd, and that, you know, we were all at home. Most of us were at home. You know, that was our plans got foiled. You know, but they didn't stop the music. They didn't stop the release, and you know, we had a little digital party. We planted 150 trees. From the downloads of that album, so that was cool.
I gotta come to that party,
yeah,
man.
That was cool. You know
what's dope? I heard you say a line in there, and I told y'all, you said Erewhon. I heard that, caught that verse. Yeah. A lot of cats don't know. I've been telling them that place blows hose food out the water, man. That place. So what you know about Erewhon?
Well, you know, the line in the song, I'm like, you know. I serve them up with pancakes made with pine pollen and Erewhon shop as definition of ballin'. Because, like, you know, colostrum pancakes made with pine pollen, that's some stuff that Erewhon would be on, you know? Like, all the superfoods and, like, these, like, functional foods and biodynamic and organic foods. And, you know, that's kind of what they about. So,
I was telling Fourth about that spot.
That's really what I'm about. Myself is like, you know, we glorify a lot. Hip hop's a very flashy culture, you know? Yeah. And we can glorify, you know, the things that are healing us and the things that are better in, you know, ourselves. You know? And I mean, all you can really do is be an example when you have a voice, and that's why one of the reasons I got so much respect for, you know, you and a lot of the other, you know, people that are actually doing it and actually out there promoting, you know, things like this. And
people in the chat room feeling your song, man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. That's the chat room right there. Yeah, that's dope, brother.
I appreciate you guys, everybody out there. I kind of forget that there's even people watching us right now.
Yeah. We locked in the zone right now, bro. That's what we do.
I feel your energy, that's for sure, because it's you know, it's all love right here.
You got to come on this show, man, because and for all upcoming artists, man, we gotta do a section where they can send us some stuff and we can just play it, man. Just to hear the music. Yeah. You know what I mean? That was some good stuff. So tell us how long, and take us through the TN process, the brewing process of this. How long should I take that out? Or?
Yeah.
And I think we need another cup.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your cup right there.
Yeah,
right?
I got a cup here.
And you do the honors, brother. You can call.
Yeah.
You can pour it.
No doubt.
If you want to.
Yeah, we'll just leave it like this. We good. All right, well, I'm gonna get you up first.
Oh, good looking.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate your hospitality.
No problem.
Being
man.
here on the Killah Priest podcast. You
Shout out to you.
It's party time.
you know, do you need a refill over here?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's get you hooked up over here. And
If y'all watch it, make sure y'all hit that super chat and hit that like and subscribe and let people know that we are
you're
being.
welcome.
And we with Ben, the other Ben is over there too. Y'all can't see him, but he had hooked us up with Ari. It was a good time going to that what you call it, Coil Tesla Center.
And Santos too.
And Santos is big man. That was beautiful.
Oh,
You know he
yeah,
came back on
Bonacci.
here, right?
Santos Bonacci,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
I had a little
Santos was
chat with
big.
him too, man. That's all. What's
That
up?
was a good man. Shout out to you, brother, for hooking that up.
Well, shout out Center Talent. That's
Okay.
that's Zen's
AD, you don't want
thing,
that?
you know.
No, you go.
AD never drink, man, because AD
I'm
be on that
cool.
cold brew.
You sure about you cold brewed over
Yeah,
there?
he be
man.
on that
I got
cold
my
brew.
own
Yeah.
own elixirs. I'm
Yeah.
on. I got my own drinks. You know what I mean? I gotta
You-
follow my thing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
You can give you
Y'all go ahead.
some lion's mane mushroom for your cold brew.
I should have caught yours. Yours look darker than mine.
You could cold brew that.
I like
Yeah,
mushrooms.
Boom, toast.
Right? Yeah.
I used to do a little
Sip a little of
microdosing.
that. We'll top it off. Sip a little of that. We'll top
Okay,
it off
okay,
with the darker brew.
Yeah, I'm good.
'Cause, you're
Morris
right.
Brew is sitting
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Yo, check out the difference. This is an LT.
Yeah, right?
It's different, two different, because they see it?
Yeah.
It's two different colors, yo.
Hold it up, Mark.
Truth. Oh, hold it up.
There you go.
I'm dripping now. On the coaster though, I'm keeping it clean. You know,
Yo, Brian in the house. Yo, man, if y'all have any questions for him, y'all can hit the super chat, ask him questions. Let's get everyone out of prison cells. That's right.
Yeah, man. We can talk about anti-recidivism a little bit. I've done a lot since I got out of prison and since I got off of parole, especially to really activate and start dialogue with people. Yeah, you liking the tea? It's
Yeah,
good.
it's
Cheers,
cool.
man. Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah, thank you for having me here, man.
I'm gonna tell you what I taste.
Yeah. Enjoy this.
It's like I get a outdoor summertime, like
That's it. Yeah.
summertime, spring, winter, and fall. Yeah, it's nice, man. It got a little sweetness to it.
And
I
somebody
can
want
put
to
that in
know.
it. It's
Somebody
dope,
want to know,
bro.
do we use sugar? Nah, we got honey to sweeten it up a little bit.
Not
But
me.
we don't deal
I
with
don't
no
do
sugar.
it. Yeah. Mine's is straight up because I just wanted to taste the herb itself.
Yeah.
And it's good, man.
Yeah,
it's
It's
good.
got a little floral taste, right?
The herb is the
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
okay.
stuff.
Buttery cream. All right.
I think there was a hint of cinnamon.
Yeah, the cinnamon. Touch. I'm feeling, let me see what other
Some
notes.
cherry notes, yeah.
Yeah, definitely outdoor. Yeah, outdoor cafe in summer.
Man, Ron knows what he's doing though. They go up to a pristine, unscathed mountaintop in China,
Oh, okay.
and they harvest this called magic grass.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's what it's got no stemma, but they harvest it up there, and it's an adaptogen. So if you
So you going there. That's when
yeah.
you get the work in it, man. Sometimes when you really go, when you want to put the work in, you got to go there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
he went there, brought it back. He's really brought a whole different level of tonic herbalism to the U.S. and he takes and sources these herbs from all over the world, not just China, but he's a master of Chinese herbalism. So
Big up to the herbalist, man. Big up to the herb. But you the herbalist.
big up. Well, and I'm the hip hop herbalist.
Yeah,
I don't have a herbal PhD, but they call me Ben Steezy, and I always walked with a little bit of that swagger. I was growing up, So and since I
think you can't have swag and drink tea.
Yeah, I wasn't drinking the tea when I was young. When I got the name Steezy, I was still drinking 40s, and I was on the
tea toes,
the Mickey's kick.
It's what you said that because somebody was just asking how you come about your name.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
It was asking how you came about your name. What you were saying though?
But Steezy came about in high school because I was always the one kind of in the background, but as soon as it was my time to be in the spotlight, I'd always like want to be there with a freestyle or I'd have something important to say. Mm-hmm. But my words were the only thing I had really. I felt like when I was still recovering from my leg and really still trying to figure out who I was just in spite of that. I got really heavy into hip hop and smoking weed, and then when I got on probation, couldn't smoke weed, so I started drinking really heavy, and thank God I found gynostemma and shilajit and cordyceps mushrooms and lion's mane and all these other herbs, because I'd probably be dead right now. I mean, I can't even tell you how many friends I had that died from Oxycontin, died from heroin, and people that never made it. And I mean, shit. Only thing that's different about me is that, I was lucky that I woke up the next morning and I didn't use that last time. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm glad you're here, bro.
Thank you. It's a blessing, man.
Yeah, man, that's deep.
Yeah,
that's deep, man.
So this is definitely a way to celebrate life because it celebrates our temple.
Okay. Boom. You too, Vaughn. Good. And now to y'all over there, to y'all. AD's gonna he on the rocket.
to your health over there, AD.
Yes.
Thank you, brother.
Mm-hmm. This is very good. Yeah. I'm feeling in a nice mood. Music going on. So, tell us about herbs now. Let's get into the herbs, man. Why they call you the herb specialist and different type of herbs,
Definitely. Well, really, there's two classifications of herbs that I deal with. Okay. And the first class of herbs is tonic herbs. Okay. Tonic herbs are like gynostemma tea. These adaptogenic herbs that we can drink every day. They're only going to benefit us. You can't really overdo it, That's real. A little bit's going to be better than none at all. More is going to be better than that, It's kind of the way you can relate to the tonic herbs. Now, there's also a class of herbs that I would consider remedial herbs. And remedial herbs are herbs that you would take when necessary. And you have to have a lot more respect for... I think all herbs should be respected and planted. You should bless your food and set good intention, right? And I like how we did that with the tea.
Right.
But with a remedial herb like Kratom, which is something that I'm big on, is Kratom. I started importing Kratom because I have a connection with some farmers in Indonesia and some different people that work
Explain
out there.
to me and the audience what's Kratom.
Yeah, so Kratom, a lot people probably give me a hard time for saying it that way. That's how everybody says it in the Southwest. It's also said Kratom is another pronunciation.
Okay.
But it's a native to Southeast Asia, and it's a herb that's in the coffee family. So this plant that grows on old trees, and the older the tree, the more potent the leaves. And what we do is we harvest these older potent leaves, and then they're dried in certain ways that creates all of these various varieties of kratom. And kratom's usually comes from Southeast Asia, all over the place. So the main hub is in Indonesia, and that's where I get a lot of mine from. But we also source from Bali, from Vietnam, from these different areas. And
not local.
Yeah, no, it's not. But we package it locally, which is cool, and it's something that helps a lot of people locally, because it's the only way that we can get this is by importing it. That's one of the things about these herbs is if you're getting the real deal, you're going to the source. And there's probably a lot of people that would say, oh, I can grow kratom here in Florida or Hawaii or something, but not everybody has that ability, and I mean, if we're gonna be honest, it's native to Southeast Asia. So
that's it right there.
it's really controversial herb
Nice.
because it's a pharmaceutical powerhouse. And what I mean by that, I mean, first and foremost, I you know, any statements that I make are not meant to diagnose, treat, or cure any diseases. And you know, I'm definitely not a doctor, and you should consult a doctor on any of this stuff. This Kratom, which I sell, and I've had to be very careful with the legalities around.
Why?
Why? It's banned in several states. So, you know, yeah, you can.
I was gonna bring that up.
But,
I was waiting.
Yeah,
Bruh.
but you can see that, you know, with
This is a. Go ahead.
You're cool, man. The controversy really comes around to whether or not this is a cheap high and something that's doing damage to society, and people are getting addicted to it, and people are starting problems because of this, right? And a lot of the people in the Kratom community, a lot of the people that are daily and, you know, users or regular users and advocates for Kratom, they tell a completely different story, and that story is where I really see the truth. And that's that, you know, this is something that's being used by people of all different ages, all different backgrounds, all different types of reasons that they're using it, and they're getting a desired result that's from a natural source, and it's not as harmful to them as what their other options were. And that's what they're finding. That's their personal testimonials. So, you know, I think that causes a lot of, I guess, enemies, if you will. So we, you know, like, there's people that don't want, you know, they don't benefit from Kratom being sold on store shelves. And
does
promoted.
it make you feel like weird or something? Like, what is it?
What do you mean?
What's wrong? I mean,
Is it a pain reliever?
Well, it's it can be, you know, people use it to seek relief from pain. People use
CBD?
it for well, it's a little bit different than CBD. CBD is completely non-psychoactive. There's psychoactive components of Kratom. So, you know, it influences the mu opioid receptors. It's not an opiate. So the thing that it has opiate-like effects because it influences the mu opioid receptors. Some of the alkaloids in Kratom do. So
he's a real make some noise for he's a real herbalist. No, for real. You know know your stuff.
I want to drop some knowledge. You know, this is something. Hopefully, people will, you know, get this, but and you know, receive it well, so that they can, you know, just know that this is an option out there for them. Because when I discovered Kratom, I had been probably
You discovered this.
Well, you know, I mean, when I discovered it personally, I wish I discovered it. It's been used for hundreds centuries.
You never know on this show, yo.
Yeah, right. No, it's been used for thousands of years in Southeast Asia, man. Like, I mean, it goes back centuries. Yeah. You know, so that's one of the things that you know is pretty important to mention in the mainstream that doesn't get a lot of attention is that we have a pretty good historical, you know, evidence of human use for this. Now it hasn't been studied by our doctors and scientists, so it's not. There's no, you know, there's a very and it has now. I mean, we're starting to study it more, but there's been a very minimum amount of actual like proactive studies for Kratom.
All right. So is this dark web type of stuff?
Nah, man, it's not dark web at all. It's like, it's just, you have to be like, right now we're in California. Kratom, it sells freely at every head shop. They don't even have any regulations around it. You can buy it if you're 18. You know.
So I'm gonna show it. Can I show it real quick?
Yeah, go for it. Now, the Kratom Consumer Protection Act is what we've been passing. We passed it in AZ and Nevada and Utah and a few other states, right? And this is making the regulations for how we label and market and sell Kratom a little tighter, but it's also protecting Kratom on a state level in case federal legislation ever tries to target it again. So, you know, it's one of those things where it has its goods and its bads. You know, there's some good sides and some bad sides to it. But ultimately, it's good. It's something that I support because all they ask is that we don't sell it to minors, which I think is fair. You know, this is something that I think if a minor were to use it, it should be under like strict, you know, I personally would believe that it should be under some type of medical attention or somebody who is educated in that field that can actually make that type of discernment for a child. You know, I don't think kids should be taking kratom.
No,
That's for
okay.
sure. I also don't think that it's something you should take every day if you can avoid it. Now, if it's helping you to stay off of something else you'd be taking every day otherwise, and you feel that this is less harmful, then that's where I see, you know, it's like there's always exceptions, I guess. But
how much of it do it take to get a buzz?
So the interesting thing is that in low doses, it's more stimulating.
Oh yeah.
So if you take like 2 grams of it or less, you know, I mean, my stuff's pretty potent. So it's like, you know, if you take like, I'd say 2 grams, you're gonna feel, you know, pretty, pretty stimulating. Like it's like, you know, it's stimulating. It's like coffee, you know, and it's in the coffee family, kind of makes sense. But there's no real caffeine in it, you know. It's other alkaloids that are having that stimulating effect.
Right.
But the higher doses, that's where you're gonna get more of the.
You might as well smoke weed.
You know,
that's the point.
Yeah, that's what I prefer. You know what I mean? Like I
take
mean,
this for just you're about to go to sleep. Or
well,
something?
no, I actually discovered this to get back to where I was. I forgot I got off track. You know, we digress a little bit. That's cool. That's why I love podcasts.
Yeah, exactly.
But
off and on.
Yeah. But with me personally, I hadn't been on pharmaceuticals or done, you know, like I only take Tylenol, you know, or like I had any over-the-counter stuff. And I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed. So I didn't want to take any of the stuff. Yeah, well, they were, you know, it was time. I needed it.
Oxymoron.
Yeah, but
you said you had your wisdom.
Yeah, smart man. But you know, we went through that. I went through that process, and I didn't want to take any of the prescribed medications or any of that. So I had started to look to alternatives, and this is something that came up several times. Kratom had come up several times. So I went ahead and went to a smoke shop, actually, and bought some capsules of Kratom. And it was from somebody who I knew locally in Sedona, this like the owner of the smoke shop that I'd known for years. And, you know, she was somebody who I knew had been selling it for a while, so I trusted her on like what to take or whatever. And she was like, yeah, you know, just take like 3 of these and, you know, take them as needed, kind of. And this is where my paradigm shifted. Okay, this is where like with Kratom at least. I mean, I've already had some pretty powerful experience with herbs up to this point, but with Kratom, I went home after getting all of my wisdom teeth removed, and I took 3 of these capsules, and within no less than 15 minutes, I was just like zoned out watching Netflix, like not even in pain at all. Like couldn't even feel the numbness in my mouth really, and like, you know, just like. And I rode that out. I just like kind of drank smoothies and like took some Kratom with my smoothies for a couple of days. And by day 3, I didn't feel like I needed the Kratom anymore. I woke up. So I only took it for 2 days, really. And I took it 3 times a day for 2 days. So I took it 6 total times. And on that 3rd day when I woke up, I wasn't in pain. I wasn't really spitting up any blood or anything anymore. Like it seemed like the extraction sites had healed. I started to introduce like some more like solid food that day. You know, I started eating like mashed potatoes and like I made like superfood pudding and stuff like that. You know, and I went back to the dentist to get a crown done because he told me to come in the next week and then check out the extraction sites and do this crown that I needed to do. And he was blown away. Said that he'd never seen somebody heal that quick from a quadruple extraction like that, you know. And he asked me what my secret was, and I told him, well, I didn't take any of the medications that you prescribed me. You know,
It's like stories from the native Indonesian people about Kratom.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, that is a great question. Stories from people that live in the, you know, in Indonesia and anywhere in Southwest Asia.
Indigenous story on it.
Yeah, places that this is native to.
Where is it?
What, Indonesia, Bali, Vietnam, you know, those areas. Southeast Asia. But they've been using it forever. They brew it as a tea traditionally. So they use the dried leaves and brew it as a tea, and it's used for energy. In the morning, you know, people will use it for energy because it has that stimulating effect in low doses.
Okay.
And then people will use it as a therapeutic response to any type of pain or, different issues that they encounter. I mean, there's a lot of stories of people using kratom as a way to get off of opiates. And, those are more personal testimonials that you'd have to seek out. It's something that, I can't make medical claims on kratom. I mean, it's not something that's approved by the FDA. It's not something that, is meant to treat anything. It's not something that's meant to diagnose or cure anything. And that's what that's what I have to say legally, and that's what they want, and that's legally what it is. But I follow protocol. I mean, I package all my stuff in a GMP facility in Sedona, where they also do CBD. Yeah, this is my brand.
Oh, this is, man, I like that, man. It's lab tested.
Yeah, I test every batch. I quarantine every batch. I got all my lab tests. Make sure that the alkaloids are right, make sure there's no harmful contaminants in there, no pesticides, no adulterants, and we follow a strict protocol on who we sell to. For that reason, I mostly do a lot of wholesale. I work with smoke shops and health food stores that are in states where it's legal. So right now, Arizona, California, Utah, Nevada, those are, some of the bigger areas, but I'll ship anywhere in the 50 states that it is legal. So, I mean, Alabama, you'd be out of luck. A couple other states, there's like 5 states that would be out of luck.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Tell them, man, I like the packaging. The packaging is dope too.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I was going for, is like, I wanted to be a high-end luxury brand, and it's, I went with Crizzerp, it's like scissor, and this is kind of, to me, I came up in that era of like, DJ Screw and Swisher House, and I had all the I had a lot heavy influence from like Houston hip hop, and then also we got into a lot of Bay Area hip hop when I was a kid. So it was big on like the fizz, like ecstasy, and like all that. And to me, and lean and perp and all that. It's like I still I'm a big advocate for cannabis. I smoke weed damn near every day.
Right.
And I love it. But
smoke weed every
day. And I don't take kratom. I haven't taken kratom. To get back to my story on the healing of my mouth. My dentist was blown away by that, by how quick it healed, and I didn't take kratom again for like months and months and months. But
so you need a little bit of it.
You only need a little. I mean, it depends on what you're taking it for. I had already overcome my addictions at that point. It was taking it for pain management. Because I didn't want to be back on. I mean, my drug of choice was Oxycontin. So.
Oh, okay.
It's like, yeah, man, and it was easy for me because my mom, she's a disabled veteran, so she goes to the VA and she has spinal stenosis and all this stuff going on. So they were giving her oxy and morphine and all this stuff. And they'd overprescribe her to to the roof, and I'd go in there and take handfuls at a time. I would do my thing. So.
Glad you back.
Yeah, me too, man. It's been, I celebrated like 8 years sober from all the pharmaceuticals and alcohol and all that. So, yeah, so, we taking that energy and putting it towards much more beneficial things.
That's real.
So I'm just, so it's been a big year, I dropped an album. I've been growing my company. I've been growing Crizzerp & Co. And also I'm going to be introducing some more tonic herbs into my line. I got some things that we can talk about a little bit. But I also became a father this year. I had a little baby girl.
Congratulations, brother. Yo, that's dope.
Reverie. Her name is Reverie Moon. Yeah, Reverie Moon. She's a beautiful little girl, man.
No doubt.
We had her at home. So something that I really really want to start.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
bro. Look at the shout you out there.
Well, appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody watching right now that's sending love to my little girl. But she's 4 months. She was born on Memorial Day on May 25th. And that's she's a little Gemini. She's 5, so she was 7 days late, and she was supposed to. I thought she was gonna be born on my birthday. I'm May 20th, so I'm a Taurus. I'm like right on the cusp, right?
Okay.
And
yeah,
okay, that's what's up with
Taurus.
Yeah, that Earth energy, you know. But we had her at home, and we did it a water birth. So I actually got to deliver my daughter, which was the most amazing experience I've ever had. I was in the tub with my girl, and shout out to Kate, Magic Kate Ball, my beautiful woman at home, taking care of my little baby so I could be here right now.
Shout out Kate.
Yeah.
Yo, thank you for letting him out. No.
She's a big fan. She's a big Wu-Tang fan, but she loves her the Killah Priest verse that comes
no
on
doubt.
when we listen to Liquid Swords, you know. So.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Word.
So yeah, she appreciates that. Magic Kate Ball, you know, she got a little hip hop name to her too, and she's actually produced some of my music. I got some songs out that she helped me.
Okay.
Come up with some beats for. So.
All right. So all in house.
Yeah, we're gonna. Our little girls, they're growing up in a really musical home. You got the cat in here, man. The cat's out the bag now. Then Steezy's in the building.
That's a good show. We could call it. That's Mojito, man.
Mojito.
Man. Anytime somebody come on the show, you know, Mojito comes through and have to represent. And he's gonna look at you. He might scratch at you and everything.
Hey,
don't worry about it.
That's okay.
There you go, Mojito.
That's a refreshing name.
Exactly. Mojito's back in the house. Everybody know Mojito. Make some noise.
Mojito.
What up? Man, I think he's coming all the way over. That's real. Somebody said this is the new lean, right?
Yeah, so adaptogens are the new lean.
Yeah. I like that. I was checking that out. Yeah, man. New lean, bro. That's dope.
You don't need that codeine. You don't need that purple drink. No Sprite. No, none of that high fructose corn syrup anymore either. 2020, we all organic. Okay. We ain't doing any of that bullshit high fructose corn syrup. None of that fake sugar either. No more Diet Coke. No more aspartame or saccharin or any of that garbage, man. We doing celery juice when we wake up. Yeah. We taking shilajit. We taking tonic herbs. We blessing Mother Earth because Mother Earth blesses us, and it's all give and take and love, you know. So
we need something else for that one. I don't even know if we need a bomb or a gunshot. Maybe we need chimes.
Yo, AD's the man, bro.
Yeah, gong, right? Thank you, bro.
You got some good sound effects over there, though. I know.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks. Bro, I got refills though.
What's your background?
Huh?
Nebula.
You make us all.
We in the nebula. Y'all checking that out? Y'all feeling that? We in the nebula right now, man.
We go quantum. We go quantum on them.
Yeah, exactly.
You want some more tea?
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, it got me like feeling. Oh,
yeah.
Got more water.
Put it back on. So this is there you go. This is dragon herbs, spring dragon tea, gynostemma tea.
Oh, okay.
So I drink this every day, man.
Oh, every day?
Yeah, and I'll leave you with whatever the packs we got left there too. Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Their stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The vodka.
Santa Monica.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, this is tea vodka right here. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah. I'm like,
I usually I do a sun brew with this. I'll fill up like a big 3-gallon jug.
Right.
Put like five bags in there.
Right.
Maybe throw a couple of hibiscus. It blends real well with hibiscus.
Oh, okay. So give me your technique. Yeah. Oh, so you sunbathe. I know in Arizona, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Vegas right now. That was where my daughter was born at. Yeah. So.
Okay.
That's where me and my girl and our girls are at. So we happy out there for now, brewing our tea.
Got a fork.
Maybe make your way back to Sedona at some point.
Right. Well, let me just get that out of there, yo. I don't want to brew the paper part.
Yeah. You splashing? No, you good, man. You good.
My bad. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, what's a good? Tell us. Give me three of the most important herbs, you think? Yeah.
3 of the most important herbs, man, on the spot like that, I'm gonna go with Gynostema since we're already drinking it, and I've already been telling you how much I drink it every day.
Yeah.
It's just great because as an adaptogen, it's gonna help you balance out, get your body into homeostasis. So if you run hot, it'll help to cool you down a little bit. If you run cold, it'll help to heat you up a little bit. You know, it makes it kind of works with your body. It's an intelligent herb. And you know that's why I believe there's anything that's an adaptogen, something that you should have in your toolkit, and take some type of adaptogen every day. This is one of the easiest ways to do it. That's why I choose to do Gynostema. Now, as far as other herbs, shilajit.
It's sweeter now. Pardon me.
Yeah, we good.
Oh, because mine was darker now. So
it got darker. Yeah.
It's really good, man.
Yeah, man.
But continue.
Oh, no, you good. So,
man.
but shout out to the tea. Thank you, Ron.
Getting
Ron
tea
T,
drunk.
we gotta have you on the podcast because he'd be a great combo, man.
Okay.
You'd like to,
Yeah.
dig into his mind a little bit. I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what we do.
So Gynostema tea is number 1. Number 2 is gonna be shilajit. Now, shilajit is very special. This is a resin that grows. It doesn't. I say grow, but it oozes out of the Himalayas, and it only oozes out above certain altitude, where it's gold grade shilajit, right? And this shilajit resin, it's it looks like straight black resin. It's really, really gooey, sticky. One of the properties that it has is that it won't burn. So if you try to light it on fire, it's never gonna catch on fire. It won't burn, right? But you can mix it up into tea. Mixes really well in the Gynostema.
Shilajit?
Yeah, shilajit.
Shilajit. We'll check that out.
Yeah, shilajit. So with the shilajit, I actually kind of just take a little knife, like the tip of a knife, and get a little bit of the resin out, and I pour some of my hot water or the hot tea over the resin and let it melt into my glass because it stirs up real nice. You can brew it right into a tea, right? Now it is one of the bitter herbs, so I usually sweeten that up with a little monk fruit. I'll use like monk fruit or like some cinnamon. We have some cinnamon monk fruit right now from Dragon Herbs also that's really good. From real cinnamon bark too, so it's like it's like the Tonic cinnamon. It's like a herbal class cinnamon bark, but
Nice.
That's really good with it. Takes the bitterness away a bit, but
Beautiful
with
music,
right?
Yeah.
Great background. So I'm in the zone with this. So with the shilajit, the way that this was discovered, my favorite story about any herb really, because just it's so, to me, such a interesting way to discover something. Shilajit is decomposed plant matter, so it's like plants that grow above certain altitude in the Himalayas that decompose over time, and like because of the way that the sunlight's hitting them, they turn into this kind of like black tar ooze. And when you harvest it from above like 4,000 feet, I believe, in the Himalayas, you get this gold grade shilajit resin. Now, the way that it was discovered, the reason humans started eating it is because the tribes that lived up there, the people that were living up near the mountains where there's a lot of monkeys, tons of monkeys that are native to this area, right? And that would come down into like Nepal and like all the other regions. There's monkeys all over that area. So these monkeys that lived up here high enough to access the shilajit, they would eat the resin and they would consume it. And the people that lived in the community by these monkeys noticed that these monkeys were having way more babies than any of the other monkeys, and they were living way longer, and they were like getting to a point where they were like stronger and faster, and like had like this intense sex drive,
Okay.
and like they were like, and they were like super monkeys almost, right? Wow. So the people, of course, are like, okay, like what are they eating, kind of thing, and they start to go harvest this resin out of the Himalayas, and they brew it as tea. Again, traditionally, it was kind of like brewed as tea, and the shilajit will actually, it does two things that are really great. First of all, it mineralizes your body. Okay, so you're fully getting all of the minerals that your body needs to stay electrified and to stay like in that positive electromagnetic state, right? Now, the other thing that shilajit does is it benefits the other herbs that you take by increasing their bioavailability and increasing their potency. So say you take some ginseng, or you take some reishi mushroom, or you take some cordyceps mushroom, or let's say like what's some herbs that you take? Any herb, you just take any herb.
Yeah, reishi mushroom.
Reishi mushroom's a great one, but you take it with shilajit, and shilajit will actually make that reishi about 5 to 10 times more effective because you're now getting the cellular bioavailability that you wouldn't have gotten if you didn't consume something that was as nutrient dense as the shilajit.
Gotcha.
And it's also more potent
it's
when
like
you take
a chemicals
it with
mix, right?
Yeah,
like
and
chemicals.
it's also traditionally taken with ghee. So
Okay.
you want to take it with fat. If you're vegan, you do coconut oil, but you take it with a fat source and then other herbs, and those other herbs, it has kind of like a chemical, reaction where now you're making these herbs more bioavailable. So these monkeys would live forever, and then the people would see that it was having the same kind of benefits on them. And the great thing about shilajit is you could go and look on PubMed or any of these other like government.gov websites, and they have tons of research into all of what I'm talking about. So I'd go check that out if you're really interested.
Right.
But
The monkey.
we got the monkey. Yeah, we got the monkey in the house.
I try to get it straight.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat room wanted to know what would you suggest for gut health?
For gut health, that's a great question. And for anybody that is looking to benefit their gut, I would say start with an elimination diet. Start with taking out things that you're eating that are messing up your gut, and figure out. Yeah, a lot of times it's like things like gluten, dairy, certain carbs, other starches. I would recommend you do that, and then fermented foods are the best source, and you can make your own. It's some of the cheapest and most effective ways is to make your own sauerkraut. You can look it up on YouTube. There's like a lot of videos out there to show you how to make your own. You use brine, salt, and cabbage basically.
What do you think of kimchi?
Kimchi is amazing. I love kimchi.
Right, some organic kimchi.
I'll go eat
get
Korean food anytime you want to go out for some Korean. Yeah.
And if you're on a diet and you're trying to eat less,
Yeah.
in between meals, just have a little bit of kimchi, and then you're not hungry anymore. But you're still hungry, but like it settled your stomach for a little bit because it's a probiotic.
Yeah.
So
And
you're
you got
good.
the fermented food game over there.
That's fermented.
Yeah,
It gives you a couple hours to go without food.
Right, we used to brew a lot of kombucha and stuff. I like Jun even more now. A lot of people don't know the difference between Jun and kombucha.
Okay.
So Jun is actually, kombucha, first and foremost, is a black tea that uses a mushroom culture that's fed a cane sugar usually. Okay, so the mushroom culture eats cane sugar.
Fix my mic. You the real deal.
Yeah,
I like
you the
this.
real deal, man.
Yeah, I like this. You know your
Yeah.
joints, man. Go ahead.
Well, okay, so man, I'm just like, I'm stoked to be here. I'm high right now.
Yeah, me
I
too.
didn't even hit the blunt,
Shit,
man.
yeah,
I'm
shit.
still higher than I've been in a minute. But maybe it's the tea though. Thanks, Ron.
What's in it?
Thanks, Ron Tea Garden.
It got a little,
it's just, nah, man.
yeah,
it's
just,
not psychoactive.
catechins,
You can drive on this stuff.
L-theanines.
Yeah, you can drive and operate heavy machinery.
Okay.
AD can have
Can
some.
jump.
It wouldn't mess up his cold brew.
Hey,
It doesn't
dude.
have any carbs.
He ain't gonna do
Yeah.
it.
There's no carbs. You keto.
No, I'm
Take a shot, dude. Take a shot.
I'm
with
actually
us.
all about carbs.
Okay.
I'm a very carb pro person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That's
actually
what's
like
up.
low fat, high carb,
Yeah.
and moderate protein type of.
That's
type
why.
of
That's
diet.
why you're in
that's-
such good shape.
Well, not really. I mean, I still got another 10 more to drop, but like
Okay.
I'm in a good mood
Yeah.
most of the time, relaxed and chill. You know what I'm saying? When I did the low carb stuff, made me edgy.
Yeah, man.
Made me just like on edge, like really like what's going on? Ugh,
Is that
intense.
low blood sugar messing with you.
Maybe, yeah. It was like a raise in cortisol and a raise in adrenaline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I measure everything. Once I upped the carbs and wasn't afraid of sugar, added honey here and there, like literal actual powdered sugar, which everyone says don't do.
Yeah.
I throw that in the coffee and stuff. Balanced everything out. And my rising is in Libra, so I'm always trying to balance everything, almost to an obsessive way.
Yeah.
But once I up the carbs and drop the fat a little bit, man, my mood is good. I'm chilling, relaxing.
He say up the carbs.
Yeah, people think I'm already high. I'm like, I haven't even smoked today.
Yeah, man.
AD's
That's what's up,
different.
bro. I think that a balanced whole food diet is like one of the best ways that you can approach it. I don't think you should be eliminating too much. I mean, if gluten doesn't sit right with you and you feel that you don't need it, there's a lot of other options out there. You can be gluten free, but I think a lot of people do that as a fad choice.
Yeah, and I experimented with every diet to see how it make me feel. I was going for something that was euphoric.
Yeah,
I wanted to always be chilling.
One of the things that is very real is that a lot of us suffer from leaky gut, and when you eat things that are
leaky gut,
it's the cause of just about all autoimmune deficiencies. So when you have people that have like psoriasis, you got people that have like all these other like a lot of skin issues, things like rheumatoid arthritis, or there's also some cognitive ones too. But these are autoimmune diseases that we're seeing at an unprecedented rate. I mean, people, pop up with it all over the place, and you gotta think that diet correlates somewhere.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, intuitively, like, as a human, you gotta see that what you put in your body is, like, helping to, manufacture what you're seeing on the outside, right?
That's real.
So, what I look at is, okay, what foods are causing inflammation in my body? What foods are making it, hard for me to sleep at night, hard to get up in the morning? What's making me feel sluggish? What's making me take those like extra trips to the bathroom or whatever? And it's like when you look at those things, I mean, because people are concerned about gut health, that's your immune system right there. Your gut's 80% of your immune system. So you wanna make sure that you got your diet dialed in to where you're not feeling inflamed. And that comes from eating anti-inflammatory foods and, probiotics. A lot of the supplements out there, they're, I'd say garbage. I mean, I think they're a waste of money. Not every single one of them, maybe, but I don't have any that I recommend. I'm not here trying to recommend probiotics to anybody, because the best way that I've seen to really repopulate your gut health is to do it through natural foods and fermented foods, and to have like these, and to have just a healthy, balanced diet, and to eat a lot of prebiotics. And, colostrum's a great superfood. Bovine colostrum has a lot of prebiotic, probiotic content in it. Kimchi is great. Any type of kimchi. You get yourself some cabbage and some brine and some salt. You make brine.
Brine your cabbage.
Yeah, your cabbage, man. You make some sauerkraut. That's gonna help you introduce that a little bit.
So like you're a vegan, you fart a lot when you're a vegan, you're struggling with farting a lot, eat some kimchi.
Yeah.
Lots of kimchi, you will stop all of that leaky gut, any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I have that, like, I love kimchi. I used to eat it by the vat full before I was vegan. When I became vegan, I stopped because I was eating all these other healthy probiotic foods, but they don't help as well as sauerkraut and kimchi.
Yeah.
The moment I start eating that, it's like the gas. I don't have any of those problems anymore. Like,
if you're gonna talk, you gotta come up. You gotta sit down. You
gotta come up here with mojito.
She's got a presence. I mean, she's got a presence. So.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, that's for the audience because they can't see you. Yeah, exactly. No doubt.
Maybe another show.
Yeah, exactly.
I need a bigger table.
Yeah, get a bigger table.
Systemic enzymes, though.
I can squeeze in.
If people want to go the next level and really they want to take supplements to better their health,
get busy.
They can do okay, we're gonna.
Passion in the house.
Passion in the house, yo. Make some noise for passion, yo. When AD coming back.
Would you? That'd be amazing. Awesome. Okay.
Just in case. Everybody squeezing.
My nerdiness. I'm here.
Okay, so she gotta introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Passion. I'm known as the Cyber Witch online.
Oh, the Cyber Witch.
The Cyber Witch.
All right.
So, yep, that's me. Passion.
Why Cyber Witch?
It's Witchy Wednesday.
Dope. Witchy Wednesday. I like
Witchy
that.
Wednesdays.
That's
On
a dope name, though.
We wear black, so we got the
black
boots on.
No doubt.
Doc Martens. I got these before I was vegan. It has a leather sole, but the leather is completely sustainable because it's from cows that were already being eaten by other people. I was vegetarian. Got these. Highly recommend. I got these almost 10 years ago. Doc Martens.
Oh, wow.
I don't work for that brand, but I'm just saying
they made it all through your vegetarian years and well into these vegan
and
years. So
well
that's great.
into my vegan years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you they're carrying all light. You're just like radiating light, so your soul doesn't get wore down as much.
Yeah. Well, the brand has a C rating for eco-friendly. Just for reference, Victoria's Secret is an FFF minus rating. So as far as shoes go, these are really good. Doc Martens, they'll last you, and they have a lifetime warranty. So if some shit happens to your shoe, thank you. Yeah, that's my cup. If some shit happens to your shoe, they will repair your shoe. They'll fix your shoe. They have vegan shoes too, but I got these before I was vegan, so. They are made of leather. And that's okay.
What kind of cow are you getting? You said it was young cows or what?
So what they use for Doc Martens is like the leftover part of other cows. So there are different farms that they work with in Brazil, and not that I'm pro. Actually, this is like because the whole Amazon is being burned due to Brazil's addiction to cattle. That's actually the reason why Bolsonaro intentionally allowed parts of the Amazon to be lit on fire in the past 2 years and burned, is for their cattle, and because it's extremely profitable for capitalism. And so, these shoes, definitely probably a part of that process, but I bought these when I was in college. Actually, my ex-boyfriend bought these and got these for me. We got matching boots so that we could go exploring, hiking, but I picked these out because these last Doc Martens, you get one pair of Doc Martens, they'll last you for a lifetime.
Wow,
you should be the plug. Maybe they'll give you like a sponsorship deal now, but you won't need any more shoes because you're good. You got your one for life.
They're vegan leather. Yeah, and I don't need any more because I've had these and these are great. These are holding up.
Boots are made for walking.
These boots are made for walking.
So how's the boots tie into the cyber witching though?
The cyber witch I actually came up with for a different reason, and it's a little more political. And I don't have to go into all of that because it's a long backstory, but basically I'm casting spells with HTMLs.
Ooh, okay.
So however you take that is how you take that, and that's what I do.
You got some websites.
I got some websites on the
You got some websites, some insights, some D-lights.
Yeah. Playing with that Python.
That's poetry right
Python.
there. You do so you're kind of flexible too. You do yoga?
I'm a yogi. I teach yoga, and I'm a yoga.
Yeah,
so roll your shoulders back, tuck your shoulder blades under, extend through your neck, through your spinal cord, and then just relax.
Wait a minute. So you said tuck my what?
So you pull your shoulder blades back, you bring them down.
Okay.
And then you ascend through your neck cord.
Indeed.
So roll up and then tuck your chin down a little bit. Not too much. Like lift your chin, obviously. As black folk, we're used to but anyway. But you don't have to do all that, So just like lift yourself through your spine, and a lot of it comes from your cervical part of your spine, which is where your spine meets your hip bones. So the best thing you can do is engage your belly button area, engage your lower abdominals, and rise up through your lower abs. That is your sacral chakra. It's your connection chakra. So rise up through your sacral, ground through your root chakra, which also extends to your feet. And
damn, this is we on one today.
We got some tea, some yoga. I mean, man, is this how you do it every Wednesday? I might need to make LA my new home.
Yeah, come on, bro.
It's awesome.
So you were saying about when you're a vegan, that's what brought you up. That's what got you over here. When you're a vegan, you fought a lot because I know you and AT was going at it. Go ahead,
so I'm vegan right now. I've been vegan for about 4 years now. 5 years semi, if you kind of count my transitional phase where I transitioned into veganism, which was around 2015. 2014 is when I moved to LA. Okay. And I didn't really know much about veganism then, but I was a pescatarian. Okay. So I ate fish and vegetables. But I was more like a pollo pescatarian because sometimes I would eat chicken too. But I gave up beef when I was in middle school. So I haven't had beef in a long ass time, except when I go to Taco Bell and they put it into my burrito by accident, and then I trip the fuck out. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
Vegans worse than that.
That happens, literally. You're like, But yeah, so I've been vegan for a solid 4 years now, and I really love it. And it's really easy to be vegan because you realize a lot of the nutrients you can get come from algae, which are plants. Algae or plants in the ocean. So like they talk about the omega-3s, the DHAs.
Yeah.
They're like, you can only get that from fish. No, actually fish get their DHAs from algae.
Yeah.
And then they start to break it down, they start to decompose it in their system. So if you actually get the DHA straight
Yeah,
from the
she knows
algae,
stuff.
the microalgae, you get a more beneficial amount. So you can get all of your nutrients from plants. You just have to eat a lot. You have to eat all the time. Like I'm always eating. I'm always eating.
I want to
So
throw
it
back
is.
to the shilajit because they are now discovering it in Chile as well.
Yeah.
shilajit?
Yeah.
okay.
Chile, they have
Yeah,
mountains
that's
that they're tall enough
Right.
for shilajit because it's just the decomposed plant matter. So,
Right.
are you familiar with shilajit at all?
Yes, I'm familiar with shilajit. I've done shilajit.
I've done shilajit.
I've
and
done,
I like that.
Just kidding. I've done shilajit.
I like shilajit.
It's amazing. It's literally.
You heard of shilajit?
super-
Yeah, she's legit. She legit.
Yeah, go ahead.
I eat sometimes. Some days I eat, but yeah, I take shilajit, and it's really the times that I've taken it, it's really great. I've had like all kinds of like health system problems, like not even like problems, but I've had a very original things happen to me that not a lot of other people have experienced. Like I've had multiple surgeries, and shilajit I discovered, like you said, when I moved to LA, and I started working at a tea temple, and they were like, well, have you had this thing called shilajit? And I was like, what is that hard drug? So I'm not doing it. And they were like, it's not a hard drug, Passion. It's actually a plant based. And I was like, oh, well, then give it to me. I'll do it. Do we snort it? Do we eat it? Like, what do you do?
Oh, it's vegan?
Well, it's vegan.
Never heard of it before.
Well, because some things, like when you're doing a rape, like you take it through the nose, which is just nicotine or whatever. So I done an rape ceremony. So I was like, this whatever.
Plant medicine, right?
Plant-based medicine.
Yeah.
How do I take it? How are you guys administering it? Do we smoke it? Do we eat it? And they're like, well, no, you can just take like this, plop it in your tea, stir it up, like whatever. We'll take a whole batch. And so do you know pu'er?
Yeah, pu'er. It's a fermented
pu'er,
tea.
yes.
Yeah.
So pu'er, shilajit, and it was amazing, and it was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super healing.
Wow.
It's amazing to take the shilajit with the pu'er too, because they would complement each other.
Exactly.
So much. Yeah.
Explain to the
my
people out there
tea
what
temple
pure
gurus knew
is. Fermented, old fermented.
Hundreds of years
The pie,
old,
yeah.
dark black tea.
Yeah.
Hundreds of years old. It's almost like taking a black tea that's been super fermented.
Coffee.
When you
Yeah.
Tea
like,
coffee.
it's like coffee, but then at the same time, it's like black tea, where it has a very strong taste. It's highly caffeinated.
Nice.
So if
There's
you're
a-
pregnant, if you are breastfeeding, if you're doing any of those things, you cannot take pu'er. But if you're just a regular, if you're a regular human being bopping around, like you can definitely, and you're not super sensitive to caffeine, pu'er is amazing, and it's super relaxing.
Spell P-E-R-U, right?
P-U-H.
P-U-H, yeah.
P-U-H.
I'm way off.
E-R-H.
I was like, that's not right. I don't know how to spell it,
Or
but that's not it.
P-O-O-H-R-U-H.
Yeah. P-E. There's an H.
But I
in
would
it.
tell people it's like pu'er,
There's
like,
a-
because that's how they were like, that's
Right.
how I remembered it the first couple of years. They were like, just like pu'er. Pu'er.
Yeah.
But pu'er. It's like
Pu'er.
P-U-E-H. Pu'er. Pu'er.
There's a
pu'er.
certain way you're supposed
It's
to
a
drink
pu'er.
pu'er as well. Do you remember how you're supposed to drink it?
Um,
I remember that I was taught when I drank it. that
No, we
it's
didn't
like,
have a
you
specific
to-
way that you drink it. We have a specific way that we brew it
Brew
and
it
then
and
we
pour
pour
it,
it.
yeah.
But like, because I did festivals, and so at these festivals, I was a tea girl. So you come to my tea temple, and I'm the girl sitting there in this like little cute dress, and I'm just like, hi, like welcome. Do you want caffeinated? Do you want our herbal blend? And I explain to you what I put into the herbal blend, which is usually like marshmallow root, which is naturally sweet, marshmallow root, and then like
Bartender.
whatever,
Yeah.
Bartender, whatever else I
Bartender.
want to like
Yeah.
throw in there. And then I would always have a pot of pu'er, because the pu'er is the caffeine. So if you're like going really hard at the festival and you've been awake for a couple of hours, but you want to be awake a little bit longer, or you're starting to wake up and you need more energy, any of that stuff, like the pu'er is like the best the best thing for you, but I always have to ask people, like, you know.
So what's your title?
I was a
What would you call yourself as a yogi? Like title.
Passion.
Passion.
That's my name. My mom picked it. Passion.
And then
Hi, I'm Passion.
underneath that, what would you call yourself?
Yeah, so you can put it up there.
That girl.
That girl.
That girl
on the couch.
Should I just put
On the couch. Passion.
Are you a teaser?
On the couch.
Should I just put Yogi Pisces?
Play with
you
the
can
words.
Put, you can put the @sign the cyber witch.
Teaser.
@sign the cyber witch.
Teaser.
So your tea temple would be at like festivals though? Like outdoor
Like
events?
That's perfect. Yeah.
Pop-ups?
Well,
Parties?
we worked at different festivals. So we worked with one group called the Do Lab, and the Do Lab does festivals like Lightning in a Bottle, and so we were at Lightning in a Bottle, and then we would also work with who did the Organic Clothes Festival? It's
Symbiosis.
Symbiosis, and so thank you. So Symbiosis and the Do Lab, and so like that crew, like that's basically the tea temples that I would work for.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's got to be fun experiences. Those are some
Nice.
transformative festivals. Watching
Yes.
people like peek
Yeah.
through their existence in all different types of ways.
Yeah, that's
You know,
in and out
so-
zones. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, Passion, it's a blessing to have you here drinking tea with us.
Yeah.
It's
You
so awesome to
know?
have
Cheers.
you here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What's the third? We didn't go to the third herb.
Oh, the third herb. So we got
All
guidance
right,
tea. We got
thank you.
shilajit. I mean, I gotta say cannabis is the third one.
Cannabis.
Because here's the thing, cannabis. Here's what cannabis can do. You can make clothing with it. You can make fuel with it. You can make food with it. You can make medicines with it. You can make I mean, it's nice to just use recreationally too.
Plants,
but
And so hemp originally, the reason why marijuana was illegal in the United States of America was because the hemp industry was in competition with the cotton industry, and the cotton industry had to come up with a way to compete with the hemp industry. So the cotton industry already had all these political figures stuffed into the house. So they decided to make marijuana illegal.
Yeah.
And not only did they do that, they decided to weaponize it against African Americans.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
Absolutely.
white people were, and I'm white, so like please don't get offended when I say white people, because I'm talking about my people as well.
Right.
Because we're all the same, and I'm black too, and so I just know the history.
I'm getting a little
I
black
just know the
notes.
history because
I'm
I was
getting a
like,
hint
I was
of,
just like, what's going on? When I got born, my name was Passion.
Okay.
And I was like,
There's
what?
Andy with the sound effect
What is happening?
coming through.
I was like, wait, huh? And then you learn that they decided to weaponize this substance, this plant against African, because it was a 2-for. It was not only did they knock them out of the cotton industry for creating sustainable clothing, but then they also, and it wasn't sustainable at the time, like, because no one cared about sustainability in the 1800s. Like, let's be serious, the Industrial Revolution didn't exist. There was no need to be worried about carbon dioxide in the air or any sort of pollution or the ozone layer. They didn't even know about those things. But what was going on at the time was capitalistic desire to rule the world. So these high-end, heavy-hitting cotton industries, they petitioned against marijuana as being used. Like, they didn't even petition against it. They created all of these propaganda. And so then the propaganda spreads. And so and they use that heavily against black communities, and as they used a lot of things against black communities.
Whoa.
And you know, my family comes from my mom's side's poor white. You know, they're not in the wealthy 1% or anything. And so I did a lot of research into that, being born a genius, which I was born I'm a couple points below genius, but in upper intelligence, and so I would never claim myself as a genius, although a lot of people do. But it goes way back with why they made marijuana illegal. It goes back to the hemp industry, and that was one of the main reasons why marijuana became illegal.
Yeah.
Was because hemp was in such heavy competition with cotton. They didn't want cotton to go down.
Yeah.
Man, we got to rewind that. Rewind that later, man. That's heavy stuff. All right, Dabby, shout out to Deep. What's it? Sep Priest. upon you. Amen. Peace be upon you. Any memories of Soldiers of Darkness video shoots? Any Royal Fam stories? Real quick. Yes, definitely. I got for those who don't know, Jizza shot Soldier of Darkness. We were up in it was all of us. We were up in with Harlem, and it was just a fun time. Everybody was there. Royal Fam. You know, everybody know me and Timbo went to school together. So, you know, that's like my brother. I knew him way before everybody. And what's hilarious about that is that one day Jizza was telling me, he's like, yo, man, you gotta hit his MC, kind of dope. I like him. He's from Brooklyn or whatever. And so I was like, I can't wait to meet this guy. So we meet up, and it's Timbo King. I'm like, yo, I know him already. And we knew each other. Yeah. So yeah, that's my short story with that, man. No doubt. Now I'm sorry, but back to, I'm very intrigued. I'm loving the knowledge that's coming out with all of this cotton and weed. Yeah. Because I wanted to know the origins of.
I want to piggyback on that, what you were just speaking to, Passion, because I'm a big advocate for anti-recidivism and restructuring our justice system, our prisons, and it has to happen.
Because there shouldn't be people in jail for marijuana.
There shouldn't be people in jail for marijuana.
Right? Like what?
And I 100% agree with that. Now, you know, aside from being a big threat to cotton and textiles and pharma and, you know, petroleum, just about every other industry, right? Mm-hmm. A very sustainable and cheap agricultural product that can be used for all of these different things.
Right.
Now we're going to use this loophole that we have in the 13th Amendment to create privatized prisons with a slave population that's actually using these cotton manufacturers' raw material to produce clothing for all the major corporations like McDonald's, for instance, or like Walmart, you know.
Because when the prison system is privatized, it's no longer operating under our rights. It's operating under what a corporation's perspective of your rights should be. And unfortunately, when they're privatized, they make people go through these standards where they're shackled next to other people. They're working for free on these crazy lines. They're not being rehabilitated into society. They're being fed into some other system. Like, I don't know. It's a for-profit system. So what we need to shift away from is for profit. And not that profit's wrong. Like, I'm all about profits, but I think that you can go about it in a different way where
people shouldn't be inventory.
People are not your inventory.
And people that have mostly health issues, because it's mostly substance abuse, it's mostly addiction that's actually filling our prison systems. Not so much the violent crimes, and you know, there's things that people should go to prison for. Like I'm not like, you know, saying we should completely abolish.
Right, but I always say that about America. First of all, it's obsessed with just jail.
We are obsessed with it.
You have a fight, you're going to jail. Yeah. Just put them in jail, and then in months.
It starts with the Wild West, right? You watch those old Western movies.
Yeah.
They dramatize the glorified jails in those movies.
That's why they were shooting the sheriff. I'm sorry, but that's why he said that right.
Putting Indians in jail, right? That was what they were glorifying. Putting Indians in jail.
Wow. Yeah. That's what it was.
I'm not making it up.
That's real.
Go watch the movie.
Yeah, check that out, man. The old westerns, like he just dropped. That's heavy, man. Obsessing over jail, man. It's so whack.
And the way
prison houses.
The people who directly benefit from the privatized system, the prison industrial complex, they're the same people who are lobbying our politicians, who are career, you know, representatives in Washington, that end up helping to push through even more. I mean, you got to look at things like redlining and liquor lining. You know, I mean, you want to talk about like systemic racism in this country. That's where it's rooted in. You know, is what we've done to the inner cities of every single city in this country to oppress anybody that's poor. You know, there's a lot of classism there, and because, you know, especially like the African the African American community has been very subjected to that, you know, at a disproportionate rate. You know, it's like that's why you can make a very strong case for systemic racism. You know, it's classism because it's starting poor people. really, you know, the poor areas. I mean, when I look at it, you know, it's like that's
so, like,
going through the prison system.
Both sides of my family are like historically in poverty.
Yeah.
Like both sides of my family, white and black. And so I get to see like systemic racism, systemic classism, and then I also get to see the flip switch of all of that because of my intelligence, my degree level, my connections, like where I'm at as a person, the way our society has evolved, thankfully and involved, but like literally everyone's so amazing. And then you get to understand that there's certain dynamics and that there are like there's dynamics to everything. There's circumstance to everything. And you see the future, like you can see not the future, but you can see like what we're aspiring to as a being, or as humans, or as I don't know what I am aspiring to, or like not even what I'm aspiring to, but what I assume like most people are anyway. Like it starts to get like flabbergasted because then you're just like depending where you are, so like I don't know, like I do know. Whoa, it's a lot of.
You about to cry? You okay?
Yeah,
Passion.
We're here for passion, yo.
We got you.
Hold up, hit that one more time.
But
that's what it is. No, you got it. You just you get caught up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, you're very passionate. What's your sign?
I'm a Pisces.
Okay.
Hey, there's another Pisces. Yeah, what's that water? The water's come. Don't let the water come down because everybody get emotional. Yeah, it's a real deep spirit. Nah, go ahead.
Oh, are you in China? Come on.
Yeah, it's just a good spirit.
Preach will start crying.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is deep. This is deep. Yeah,
you know, we started getting the herbs going.
Yeah, the herbs,
having
a lot
some
of
deep
emotions and stuff like that.
They
Make some noise for her, man. It's getting deep. Yeah. Make some noise for her, man. She good. She just in that spirit.
Oh, look,
and
I'm gonna hop on.
We got a house full. We're having fun, man.
Center Talent Zone.
Everybody at home's like, who's this guy?
Repping the great Hawaii right here, Hawaii, right?
Yeah. What's up? Another beach.
Got back from Kauai, Micah Sky.
What up, brother?
We got the yogurt.
So you've been
LA.
So you've been out and first of all, introduce yourself.
Okay. I'm Benjamin Zen McGrand on all platforms. Artizenal, ARTYZENAL, and I'm a impresario for artists. I help them make an impact in the world. I'm interested in the artifice and the creative spirit. I don't know if you know Jason Silva. This kind of sounds like a Jason Silva rant. You guys probably know him. So
yeah, he's an Aquarius.
I wanted to come in here.
Yeah.
And you hooked us up with Santos and
I brought in Santos.
Hari.
Yeah,
And you know
Bonacci.
my
Shout
friend,
out to Dio
you spoke to
Bonacci too, Santos' son.
Yeah, you spoke to one of my friends recently too, Betsy Boo.
Betsy Boo.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if she.
What name does she go by though? Oh, okay, maybe I did.
Stockton. Anybody?
Maybe.
There's a shout out to Stockton. Too,
all right,
man.
shout out to Stockton.
Big shout out to Stockton. Go ahead.
Shout out to Stockton. So what I wanted to share is we talked about some tea lounges here a little bit earlier. We got the shilajit, we got the cannabis, we got all the great gems of Mother Earth hanging out in one building.
This is it.
And we actually built a tea lounge at Oregon Eclipse Festival where Passion was serving tea. I don't know if you can pull the video up, AD. If you put in Genius Sound Temple. I wanted to show that to everybody so you can see. Yeah, that was our fundraiser. How about you put that one up? We raised over $4,000 to build this temple.
How could we put all the steel tongue drums I could
with
possibly
Noise
make
Revolt.
in
Shout out to
one
Noise
space
Revolt.
living in LA?
Yo, Vine, check up on
Space
Passion,
in
man. Make sure
Funnest
Passion,
place
all right. She
ever.
good?
in water. It's pushing everybody and everybody coming together because they have to under one common goal, and it's
Boy,
to build
Ryan
a very
Lampert
large floating stage.
lifted
The Genius
presence in
Sound
the
Temple
video.
is a big thing of creation.
Genius drums, they just kind of like channel something that's so easy to sound good.
Oregon Eclipse Festival, almost a once in a lifetime experience. Getting our contracts ready, they're going to give us $6,000. They're going to give us 15 tickets. That doesn't really cover the costs of doing what we want to do, but we're committed to doing it.
When an idea gets into somebody's heart, that motivation gets going, it's kind of unstoppable.
There's some people who have come together who have a really special chemistry going on, and it just feels like, no, we have to do this.
Global consciousness culture that empowers a huge number of people to express themselves and to tap into their own genius. That's what we're about.
Somebody said passion tea. That was dope, man.
Passion tea.
Yeah, somebody said passion tea. She's so sweet, man. That's it. She
wanna
got
come back
real.
on?
She just got real. Remind me of shout out to Megan Vaughn.
All right, let's go.
No.
So this is Tribal Markers, which is another sick
Megan
entity.
Vaughn. Shout out to Megan.
So are they doing henna right now?
I don't think they use henna.
Okay.
I think they use a different kind of ink.
Okay.
Yeah, for tribal markers. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in the Oregon Eclipse Festival lineup.
Yeah.
I recommend anybody to go just read through their entire program and.
Where's this at now?
These guys were at Oregon Eclipse too, but this is their spot in LA.
Do you want some more tea, Passion?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So I want to show them the after video actually, if you can put that on.
They say, who's this guy?
Yeah,
They say, what up, though?
that one
Somebody say,
also
what's
is
up,
on. It's on our Center Talent YouTube. So
Somebody
you can
say,
put that in there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it back to you guys while I pull that up.
Sweet.
And then tuck her in more. Yeah, come tuck me in the
Come on in, come on in.
Yeah.
Are we all in? Yeah.
Looks like the chat room's loving it. Okay, so
Yeah, man.
that was the pre-video. Now I'm going to show you guys what we created actually at Oregon Eclipse Festival. So you're going to see the real deal here. So you put Center Talent,
Wow,
Genius
killing
Sound
it.
Temple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look it.
I think it's that. Is that second one? No, it's not it.
Make some noise for AD. AD going in.
Yeah,
Put in all of this stuff today.
Put in,
rocket ship. You got the rocket ship. Oh, because you smoke? Yeah.
Put in
Okay.
Center
2.0.
Talent. It's on our YouTube.
Center Talent YouTube coming at you. Watch
Yeah.
it.
So we're gonna call this that's passion tea. Somebody said passion
It's not
tea.
showing up. What's that about? Passion tea.
Man, we got the
passion
passion
tea,
tea. That's that herbal flower,
really like that.
passion flower.
Yeah, and that song was fire too, man.
Man, Master My Chi.
Yeah, Master My Chi.
Yeah.
I like that, bro.
So those are the three treasures of Chinese medicine.
Which one?
Center Talent. Just put YouTube
Okay,
CENTER.
we gotta build
I'll go
it,
over
man.
there.
We gotta definitely build.
Definitely.
Get some,
No, it's not it.
some more tea knowledge, you know?
Genius
Yeah.
Sound Temple. GENIUS Sound Temple. Yeah. Yeah. That first one. That first one is a.
Earth is
that?
fat.
No, that's not it. What about that fourth video down?
Trouble Man
What's
says
that
she-
fourth video down right there?
What did I do?
She's back. What happened? AD?
I don't know what they're talking about. They just
He said, Trouble Man said she's back, fellow Pisces. Oh, I didn't know Trouble Man was a Pisces. Shout out to the Pisces out there. We got two in the house. What's your sign?
I'm Sag.
Oh, the Sag, no doubt. That's
Yeah,
me and
Jupiter
you
rules.
That's why he's all business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm all big. I'm not say business. I'm all
Yeah,
big. I like big
yeah.
things.
This guy's expanding all the time. I love it, man.
Exactly.
Ever expand.
Okay, what are we looking at?
Okay, so that
Genius?
fourth video down, what is that one
Yeah,
right
South
there?
Park fans.
Okay, that was the
Yeah, South Park
fundraiser.
fans
I'm
in
trying to
the
get the
chat.
actual
I'm
video.
at your channel.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, there you
Make
go.
sure y'all
okay.
hit that super
Go
chat,
to the videos.
man.
It should be
If you got a
Center Talent.
question for-
Genius Sound Temple, right there in the videos.
Yeah, Zen. I call him Zen.
All right, we got Ben, we got Zen, and we got Passion, man. No doubt. Passion, you okay?
That's awesome.
Oh, let me make sure you all right. You okay?
Yeah, I'm
That was
awesome.
deep. Yeah, that's deep. That was deep levels.
Do you see the after video there? It should say Center Talent, Genius Sound Temple after video. Is it there? Should be there.
2020 vision.
Maybe a bunch of stuff there.
Shout
It's
out
not
to
there.
Aquarius.
Oh, yeah, you could throw on that Arcturus video because we're gonna throw them on the
Fairies.
podcast so people can listen to that if they want. I don't know.
Where is that?
I don't see it. The blue one. Go down.
Make sure everybody good.
Yeah.
That blue one right there. Yeah. So this is an artist we were gonna have on. We were gonna have him on the podcast today, but he's doing Aya right now. So if you guys want to listen to some groovy psychedelic bass that maybe Ben can spit over, maybe if he wants.
Man, you want to freestyle?
Oh, that was a motion graphic.
Oh yeah. The one that's a video where it plays the whole 5 minutes. Let me hold it.
Yeah, just make sure everybody gets some tea.
Yeah.
This one right here?
Tonics going.
Yeah, that one right there.
So who made this?
We made this.
We made it. Not me.
Center Town.
Not Steve's. Not best believe.
Hey.
I made the tea. Now that was Killah P.
Killah
But now
P.
I be the one that's with the sermon peaks. Yo, I get it, blink the tree out. You know I got
I don't know.
I flip it back and then we re-out.
With this one, you'd want more of a riding like flavor. Hippins it back, what's it back, what's it back, home what's it back, what's it back. Because then you're complimenting. This is how you compliment the beat. The beat will tell you how to flow. Cadence is everything. You could say some bullshit. If that shit sounded nice on the cadence, people don't give a fuck what are you talking about. You know what I'm saying? There's two kinds of listeners, but that's another topic. This is dope.
Yeah. Shout out to Brian Smith.
I'm just high. This is dope.
Yeah. Somebody says very ambient. Who did the track though?
This is the boy who's gonna be on today. Arturus from New York. Shout out to Arturus Sound.
Okay.
The brightest star in the. Yeah, one of the brightest stars.
You see a box spot for passion up there.
We're not gonna get in trouble. We're not gonna get in trouble for playing this, right?
I don't think they registered it.
No, it's not licensed.
Oh, okay. And yeah, this is just ambient sound.
This is on SoundCloud if you guys want to
download it. A lot of ambient sounds.
Yeah, there's a content ID system.
Yo, Brian Smith said, did Eminem just enter the room? I think
yeah. No, Eminem's a master of that. His technique.
That's why he said that. Yeah.
Eminem dominates with technique, man.
Yeah. All right,
so does Kendrick.
Yeah.
Kendrick is dope as fuck with his technique too.
Yeah, they both.
Everyone's got their style, but his whole trick, it's right on point. It's on
cadence
phase.
and flows.
Yeah, it's very right on tempo.
But,
you know what I'm saying?
Eminem, precise,
precision.
But
he's a Libra, so he's balanced everything out. You know
who? Kendrick?
No, Eminem.
Yeah.
Eminem's a Libra with a Scorpio moon.
Yeah.
That's why he's so intense.
One of the greatest flows is Method Man.
Yeah.
Method Man got
Pisces.
Yeah, Method Man's dope.
Yeah.
And you know how his flow is very liquid.
Huh?
When Method Man flows, it's very liquid.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's very smooth because he's a fish.
Yeah.
Fish is smooth. You know what I mean? So that's why Method Man has that flow. Then you look at Redman. He's an Aries. He's fire.
Off the docks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Taurus Sun, Scorpio Moon.
Scorpio Moon?
My ascending is Aquarius.
All right, let me ask you.
Aquarius rising.
So what's more important in your zodiac? Is your moon?
Your moon.
Your moon.
Absolutely.
I mean, people will debate that. I don't know.
Depends on your astrology perspective.
My
Don't. Hold on.
My moon is in Capricorn, though.
Okay.
Are you okay, Passion?
That's
It's getting deep, man. Passion.
Capricorn's career oriented.
Yeah, she went fire. I mean, let's shout out for Passion. I mean, she shared some real
Make some
knowledge.
noise. Make some noise for Passion. She went in definitely.
Thanks.
The cotton and the weed, and that's real because picking cotton and weed goes together. You know what I mean?
So I want to tell you guys a story really quick, and then I want to totally give it up for Ben.
Let me say that right. Well, she coordinated the two. I said
did.
picking cotton. I'm a little off the T, man. So this is T.
Yeah.
And y'all got the HC, so it's THC.
Exactly. So
I don't know how I do it. It just happens.
Priest, I want to tell a story really quick here about this Criserb stuff here because I went to Sedona to meet Ben. I actually met Ben online. We have a friend Damaris. Shout out to Damaris.
Shout out Damaris.
Hand me the pot.
Oh, for sure. Gotta keep it in rotation.
Yeah.
And
sip, pass, motherfucker.
Sip, pass. So
continuing.
So Damaris introduced me to Ben. I went out to Sedona on a blind, just like, hey, this dude's dope. I want to see what he's got going on. And I got to go visit his little tea lounge, coffee shop vibe in Sedona. I'm moving to Sedona in February to go to massage school. And
coming up there to see you then.
I was totally inspired by Sedona and Ben specifically because even this is a local shop in the middle of the small town, and Ben threw a dope party for his release at that time, and he's been doing some dope hip hop stuff, and we're really happy to be supporting him. So it's really all about that. So I'm gonna give the floor back to Ben and KP, and everybody have a jobless,
Make some
beautiful
noise
night.
for Ben, the Zen. You call him Zen. He just came through, man. He's
Center
still
talent, fam. Yeah, man.
He did all
Where'd
right.
he go?
He's still here. He's still here.
They dropping like flies around here. What's happening?
He's just hanging out, with Passion.
Yeah, Passion just went to the West End. I came in and said peace. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's keep it going, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Where you at, Vaughn? You coming back? Or you just Passion on the way? Yeah. Yeah, everybody was saying,
get the chair right there.
Dropping so much,
Awesome.
man. Now I don't know why they call you Passion.
Right.
My mom picked it.
Yeah.
My mom picked my name. I go by P.
Huh?
I usually go by P.
All right, P.
Pash or PJ or
Pash, PJ.
More passion. Like I go by Passion all the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'm sick of it after.
Huh?
After a couple decades.
Ready to change it up?
No, I just started identifying with other words.
Yeah.
That's deep. Good shit, man. Word. So,
my middle name is Jazz, so I tried to go by PJ. And then people are always like, why are you always in your PJs? And I'm like, 'cause that's my name. They're like, what do you mean?
Do you do music? Any song?
Yeah, I do a little bit of music. Sometimes I sing, sometimes I do spoken word. Like kind of like rap.
Yeah.
Kind of like rap.
You were picking up that vibe from you.
I'm very critical. I'm very self-critical. So
let me hear something real quick.
No, because that's I wouldn't.
It's called our spot.
Now.
Oh well, yeah, it's all love here.
Catch me in 3 months.
3 months. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Catch her in 3
Spoken
months.
word.
You gotta catch Passion in 3 months. You guys heard it though. Everybody out there watching, Passion in 3 months. You owe these people.
We might have Passion on the show daily, right?
There it goes.
We like a Passion vibe. We might have her on the show daily. Right. She's kind of cool. Yeah.
That's cool.
Definitely. She knows a T. That's a plus. That's dope.
So knowledge.
Yeah. So what else, man? You got your album out. What's the name of your album?
Street Bangers and Bitter Herbs.
Street Bangers and Bitter Herbs, man.
Street Bangers and Bitter Herbs. Ben Steezy. That's out everywhere.
Yeah.
And then.
And where could they find all the information on you?
BenSteezy.com. The best place to go. Yeah.
BenSteezy.com. Yeah, that's
BenSteezy.com.
That's dope.
And we got like a little discount on Prisoner products for anybody that likes Kratom or wants to try Kratom if you are over 18.
Brian said he.
State.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, good.
Brian said he love jazz. Brian is shooting his shot on the internet. It's off the hook.
Passion fruit.
Yeah, passion fruit. This one for passion.
I love jazz.
Okay. Man, the chat room is awesome, man, because everybody's so woke, and they
talk to you. You moving some energy over there.
It's both of y'all, yeah, but she definitely pushed it up. She moved it up. Yeah, she definitely moved it up. So, yeah, we're gonna I'm gonna brew one more cup of tea, and we could get ready to close out. I know you. It's been great, man, and we've been up here for a little minute rocking, and at a certain time I have to land the plane, land the rocket, man. This has been a great show, and Passion. Could you tell them where they can contact you or get?
Oh yeah, where people can contact me. So I have a blog. My blog is called Cult-Intuition, and I post stuff about just different things. So you can check it out. Cult-Intuition. It's all about like reasons behind movements of energy. So like it's not like a cult thing, but like I explain it in my bio if you want to check it out.
It's okay. It's okay to say a cult on this show.
Well, cult has such a negative connotation.
Just means secret, right? Or hidden.
And for good reason.
Right. I got you.
Right. But this is not about cult-like behavior or that type of mentality. It's just sort of like
got you. We got you.
About physics and consciousness and stuff like that.
Love it.
Spirituality.
Yeah, because the early people who were making medicines back in the day,
they called them witches.
They called them witch doctors.
Yeah, right.
But they were making stuff that was like some basic shit. They were making aspirin.
That we use today.
You know what I'm saying? This is a witch doctor.
Right. Yeah.
But what they don't understand, they just call sorcery.
Yeah, that's all.
Well, electricity is magic. You know, to the ancient Egyptians, that was magic. To so many cultures, electricity is witchcraft or magic. So more so, it's just science and spirituality.
Yeah,
which go hand in hand for the most part.
That's real. That's real. Yeah. Man, that was some heavy shit. Electricity was magic to the.
What? Are you making more tea?
So you gotta get your.
Well, it's boiling. It's always boiling. We always gonna have tea. I'm out of here, but we're gonna have tea just brewing because after the show, we have the after hours soon. We're gonna do the after hours after the show or whatever. So Ben, you have more information, man. You've been a great guest. Passion, thank you. And Ben's in coming through your Vine. You got something you want to plug? Gorilla Nugs. Yeah, exactly. And fresh, stay fresh.
Stay fresh.
Yo, I'm sorry, y'all, but it's been great. But I'm going to have to land the plane about this time. It's been a great show. Oh, don't cry. Don't cry.
Breaking their hearts.
Yeah,
Man.
No doubt. Yo, I just want to say peace, man.
Peace, love.
And then we got some new stuff. Yeah, no, I forgot that, man. Yo, are we still on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the albums are in.
Yeah, you got the vinyl.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What is this?
For you crate diggers, for the DJs.
Yo, show it again. One more again.
I'm signing them. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's what's up.
This is it. Let me show y'all that.
We should have started the show with this.
Yeah, exactly.
What are we doing?
But we can do it. We can do it next time. We got time.
Oh, man, look how pretty that is.
That artwork on that.
Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
And it's purple.
Yeah, it looks like
purple.
passion fruit.
Purple, huh?
Passion fruit is yellow.
Is passion fruit yellow?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Hold up. That's the color of a chakra, right? What color is the chakra?
It's crown chakra.
The third eye ajna.
Okay.
Third eye ajna. I love it. Man.
With some throat
And then we have
chakra.
this
Got another
color.
one?
Yeah. Check that out, yo. Rocket to Nebula. And I love it.
Damn, Daniel.
And sonically with this, it goes with it, man. So this is it, bro. This is the first one. So
Oh my.
They are here, and I'm signing them, and they're going out, bro.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Also, make sure y'all snatch it up. It's the CD or whatever. Got that? Yeah. Yes, definitely signed. Definitely signed. Should I have signed it just now, but I signed it already. Yeah, they all signed, man. They all signed. It's all great. All right, y'all. So, I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm out.
I'm gonna have to set that up so you actually sing the song at the end.
Yeah, but I'll make my own song. But I like hers though.
Do a remix.
Good night.
Thank y'all for coming out. We'll be back on Monday.
Yeah.
This is Priest. We'll be back on Monday.
Thank you guys.
And AD, rocking the rocket.
Okay.
To Nebula. All right, peace, y'all.
Man, thank you. Appreciate you.
Bye, guys.
Yo, what up, man? It's Killah Priest, the Iron Sheep from the Middle East. I'm almost there, so man, say peace. And I'm chilling with my man, Julian. And this how we do it. I'm 37 chamber, you heard me? 37. Yo, it's return to the gentleman spirit. Killah Priest, unique. We about to flood the streets like tsunamis. Mixtape, this is the witch state. Give me your fate. I chop off your head, y'all dead. Say a prayer, you're now in the lair. It's not fair. See, I'm a monster, I stomp her, I conquer with honor. The brother, I snatch it. I turn the booth into a sauna. Eat them seeds like Jeffrey Dahmer. Y'all can run, call your mama. It's the breeze, the tabernacle on top of a castle. Black Jew, yo, I'm stirring in the black stew. And I'm cooking there all the brew. I put a spell on you. Just like my man, yeah, give me your hand so I can crush it like beer cans. I'm in the room, just like a whale in the pool. Impossible, getting impaled by the broom. Yo, behold the pale moon. Jack Sparrow, take a cell soon. The assassin, hands are grabbing. Yo, hands are grabbing, I'm grabbing, I'm a sword off. It's the war, you better get off. It's the Killah Priest, the illest from the East Coast. Y'all faggot rappers can deep throat. Go find a tranny, yo, I break y'all in half. Yo, this is an inkling of my wrath.
My rhyme symbolic to a close range shotty blast, body blast. We can seize, take naps in body bags. Hit your staff for the blast from the past. I still blaze, half man, half kill grade. Tongue made a switchblade. Thoughts cruise like tomahawk missiles at those this bitch made. The sensei, daring you niggas to go against me. I bombed twice, fugitive son, straight from the slum. Holocaustal, punch in your throat, rip out your tonsils. I'm awful, blow the 9 milli right through your nostrils. The highest anticipation and waiting for my rhyme flow. Sitting in preparation and waiting for the time, yo. Hit him from the red Neptune spear combo. Me and Killah Priest, that's like Batman and Robin, yo. Holy fish grease, Killah Priest. On the hunt for you jokers. Batmobile City, a Gotham flow. Set to blow dynamo gun hole.
Bow to your sensei.
As we go a little something like this.